guys, so today we're gonna talk about colors or how I use them, but if I start to ramble and you don't get anything I say, then it's not you, it's me. But yeah, we're gonna draw a cute little cow. I already drew something and we will, maybe in the background, spoiler alert, you will see, oh, right on cue. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about colors and how I use them. And I will show it on my piece of the cow, but we're also gonna just talk about colors and how they can influence your drawing or how to use them to influence your drawing. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video and yeah, let's go. Hello everyone. Today, as I said in my intro, we will talk about colors. I will be sharing some tips or just talk about what I do and what I think is necessary for my process. So take everything with a grain of salt. I know a lot of theories since I have been in multiple art schools, but firstly, I am not that good at explaining things, and secondly, I don't want to bore you with stuff, so I will try to be short and just explain my main things that I do. Here we go, I already drew the cow on paper. I didn't want to film it because today we're talking about colors. So this is what we're gonna do for this piece. I have chosen these three complementary colors: purple, yellowish tone, and green. Mainly I'm going for the green and purple as complementary. I did a few other versions of this, but this is what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna be using my acrylics today and some gouache. Firstly, you should keep it simple. What I mean is we don't want to go overboard with a bunch of colors and then have no focus point or no contrast. I usually stick with three main colors. This will make the start less frustrating and will give us a better understanding where to put our values or contrast. If you are starting out, then I would recommend making 3 or 4 thumbnails with different types of color palettes. Then you can see which one works the best for you and you will have a color guide. I rarely do it nowadays since I tend to go very intuitively with my paintings. Tip number 2 is become friends with the color wheel. I know it might be a bit intimidating, but it is a very useful tool. You can print it out or have it digitally somewhere. I will also put a link where you can get a bunch of color palettes from a color wheel with no need of really thinking how it works. What I love to use the most are complementary and analog colors. Complementary would be where the colors are opposite of the wheel, and my most used would probably be blues and yellows. I just really love my dark deep blue. The second thing I take from this terrifying wheel are analog colors, where they are next to each other. And yeah, so for example, going from my favorite blue to purples and then reds. Or you don't have to go so far from the colors. It can be dark blue, some deep bluish purple, and then bright almost pinkish purple. If you check the link of the wheel, then you can see what I mean and also have fun. Colors should be fun. What I try to achieve in my paintings is contrast. We all know about values, but since my paintings recently are more stylized, I try to focus on my contrast a lot. So, for example, with my 3 chosen colors, I will also pick them so that one is dark, one is light, and one would be somewhere between. If I am painting a background, I will usually make the background dark and the character light, so that we can immediately see what we need to see. Or I will put a lot of the contrast at the character's head or just places that I want to be more highlighted. I hope this makes sense. Here's our base for now. As you can see, this is like my main color palette. I will add some darker purples, some darker greens. I love using bright colors. It makes everything pop and quickly can grasp the viewer's attention. So to achieve it, I tend to sometimes add a red underpainting. It grabs this attention and also has the illusion that the colors on top are even more vibrant. But be aware of what kind of a feel you want your piece to have. If I want a more grounded, more calm piece, then I won't do this and use maybe blues or greens. Colors have emotions, so it's also good to be aware of this. Tip number 5 would be keep room for experimenting. I won't always follow my rules, what I'm saying here, but some things just work. I keep an open mind, and if you like it, then do it. You are the artist. I would, however, recommend keeping a color library. Either it's digital or traditional, but something you can come back to if you've saved something you like and need some inspiration. Something I do, and what you also can see for the cow, I put my main colors on the piece as tiny little blocks so that I can go back and immediately see what I used. You can also save some other artists' paintings where you like the colors and try to replicate what they did with your own twist. So tip 6, I think. Another thing what I tend to follow is whenever I want to create depth, I will add warmest colors for closer objects, and objects that are further would be cool and lighter. This is something to do with atmosphere since it happens in real life. I also usually make my lights warm and shadows cool, but it can also be the other way. It depends on your light source. Tip 7, and which is I guess my biggest thing, I never ever use black from just a tube in my pieces, at least not anymore, because I hate it. And if you think you have seen me use black, then it's probably a dark blue mixed with red and purple to create this black The reason is that I don't like how flat and muddy it looks. If the black mixes with any of the colors that I have, they will lose their vibrancy, and I don't really want that. So yeah, hopefully I'm making sense on the voiceover, but now I'm gonna go over with pencils and we will see where this piece ends up with. Final tip is practice. Yeah, I know it's cliche, but it's true. These things that come to me effortlessly now were super hard when I started out. I know it takes time, but it's worth it. That's all for today's video. I really hope these tips help you become friends with your colors, or at least you got a little inspired. If you have any questions or tips to share, leave a comment below and I will see you next week. Bye!